Pat.
I'm Isaac, and welcome back to the Walkmen Comics podcast. And we're filming another one.
Podcast.
Yeah, we're filming another podcast. And you may notice, look at that bit of a background change over there. Oh, hold on, maybe it's over here because you're looking at the whatever. So yeah.
Well, looking in the right direction. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just in another room. I forgot the camera's flipped. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Marvel's recent fresh start that they're doing for their comics. And
oh yeah,
yeah, most people don't really like it that much. They're saying it's not going to be that good. Like sometimes, like it's a bit weird. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I know what I'm talking about. I just suck at saying stuff. But yeah, we're basically just gonna give our opinions on it in this episode, and yeah, just talk about some of the titles that they've announced that they're gonna be doing, and yeah, let's get into this. Let's talk about what we're talking about.
Okay, so we have titles. Most of them aren't official yet, but the ones that are official are on the Marvel website. You can look at marvel.com, Marvel 2018 comics, and you can check for updates and they'll post comics. They just need to lock down some writers. But these are the comics that are confirmed. You got Avengers, written by Jason Aaron.
I have a list right here. I wrote a list. I wrote a list down in my notes, so I can just read it out.
What?
So what?
What?
I wrote a list down of all the titles.
Yeah, but I've actually got the website open right now.
Okay. Alright, well...
So for the Avengers, the new era of the Earth's mightiest heroes, you have writer Jason Aaron, pencil Ed McGuinness, cover done by Ed McGuinness as well, so he's actually a very good artist. You got Venom. Venom sucks. I don't know why he's getting his own book. I think it's because of the new movie.
Yeah, they want to try and promote the new Sony wide.
I feel sorry for the team working on it. So you got the writers Donald Cates, and the pencil as Ryan Stigman. I feel sorry for those two because they got the writer for I'm not sure if the writer's changed because I haven't read Venom in such a long time.
Yeah.
I think since the first Agent Venom. I don't remember the writers, but I don't think those are the guys that wrote on the last one.
Yeah.
Black Panther, Nissi Coates, and Daniel Achi. I don't think the writers from that is changing. I don't think they're changing.
Yeah, they made a good idea.
What do you think?
It's a good idea doing Black Panther because like the movie, those numbers are like way up there. So like so many people are gonna read the comics.
I hope they don't stuff.
What?
I hope they don't stuff it. I hope they make it like the movie, because the comic that I was reading, A Nation Under Our Feet, it's a great book. Don't get me wrong, but it appeals to a very certain audience. Like a really certain audience.
Well, like the thing is,
I think they need to change that.
You need to balance.
Like Shuri, she's not a teenager. She's a full-grown adult, and she died, and then came back to life, and has got mystic powers, and she's a full-blown warrior.
That doesn't work.
Was the Black Panther?
But like, you need to sort of balance how broad your audience is, because if you try to make it too specific, only a little amount of people are going to watch that. But if you try to make it too broad, like, there's going to be, like, not enough of this stuff to appeal to this audience, not enough of this stuff to appeal to this audience, like, so you need to sort of balance it out, because, like, you can either have, like, too little or too much when you try to do that, so, like, yeah, it's that sort of balance of the type of audience is really important, like, especially in comics, because, like, it's not really that popular as some of the other forms of entertainment, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, true.
What other titles do we have?
Okay, so, yeah, remember, these are the official titles. The Immortal Hulk. Bruce Banner's coming back.
That sounds pretty cool.
Great.
The Immortal Hulk.
No, it's not. No, they some of the best send-offs was Civil War 2. Me personally, they killed the Hulk. They got rid of him. I think it was a bit rushed, but they at least covered it in multiple books. They got She-Hulk covered it, Hawkeye covered it,
Let me put my chair up.
Occupy Avengers covered it, Totally Awesome Hulk covered it, I think the Thunderbolts covered it, so that's like 5 books straight up. And I think the Avengers dealt with it as well. So see, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they
I
actually dealt with it, which was good. But the whole point of the 5 I listed off were they actually spent either a volume or at least more than one issue dealing with the fact, which was good. You see what I mean? They actually dealt with it. Bruce Banner had, I wouldn't say a great send-off, but an okay send-off. At least it wasn't a shit send-off. But now they're bringing him back. He's already come back 3 times in the last... 2016 they killed him. They've brought him back 3 times since they've killed him.
I think that's a bit too much. I think that's too much. Like, especially that a year of Marvel continuity is like what 4 years of real life, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah.
So that's basically like killing him, bringing him back like 2 months later or whatever it is. Like.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Yeah, well, the first time they bring him back was a good reason. The second reason was really weird, and this is the third reason. Okay, so the first reason was Uncanny Avengers, the team that Deadpool, Quicksilver, Rogue, Dr. Voodoo, Captain America before Secret Empire, Cable occasionally, and I forgot the other guy. It's a girl, Inhuman. Captain America bring this team of mutants and Inhumans together to create this, it was a very good book, but this part was a bit weird. To bring them together just after the X-Men Inhumans war, to show that they can coexist, even after the Terrigen Misters killing all of the mutants on Earth. It was a pretty good reason, they just didn't execute it very well. Yeah, so the Uncanny Avengers, they dealt with the Hand, bringing the Hulk back.
That's cool.
And this was actually the vision that they saw in Civil War 2, where Hulk was going to kill everyone.
The Hand is actually a really cool name. Okay, continue.
I know, but the Hand, the 5 fingers, there's 5 members. They've got the thumb, the pointer, the rude finger, the index, and then they got the pinky. That's their members.
What if the guy with the middle finger only has his middle finger, so if he has to point to something, he has to, like, do that?
He's just like, they cut off all their other fingers to show which member they're a part of, and the guy's only got the one finger, he's just like, you there, you're pointing the rude finger at me, I will shoot you. This is the only freaking finger I have. I can't do anything.
What about the guy that only has a thumb? How would he do that? He'd be like this.
He'd just be like
this.
He's like,
can't do anything.
Wait. He's just like, no, it's just like, wait, stop. Wait, stop. And you're just
this is...
go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead. It's good. Thank you. No, I was like, stop. Don't do it.
This is getting kind of stupid, so I think we should,
Yeah. Oh, the second time the Immortal Hulk came back, he came back in Secret Empire, Captain America. Everyone thought it was the Ultimate Hulk from the alternate universe.
Oh, yeah.
He thought it was from the alternate universe, which was really good. But sadly, it was from the main universe Hulk. Captain America brought him back to life and stuffed him. They're just like, you're a zombie now. We control you.
Yeah. Was that World War Hulk that started?
No.
Sorry, not World War Hulk.
No.
The other thing, what's it called?
No. Yeah, I know, Secret Empire.
Yeah, whatever it was.
That's the second time. This is the third time. You've never noticed the man. He doesn't like to be noticed. He's quiet, calm, never complains. Why do you walk up and shoot him in the head? And all he'll do is die. Until nightfall and someone else gets up again. His name is Banner. The horror is the immortal Hulk. So I think they're trying to sell it as a zombie story.
Oh.
So
cool.
Banner is actually dead. Bruce Banner's dead. But Hulk's alive.
That is cool. I like that. So, like, whatever he does, he can't turn back into Banner, because he's just going to die.
Yeah, I think that will happen.
That is really cool. I love that. That is such a cool concept. I love that so much.
It's a cool concept, but I was listening to, I think, the Weekly Pull or the Rob and Benny Experiment. I can't remember which, but I think Rob said this, or maybe Benny, or maybe Sal, actually. Maybe Sal from Comic Pop. They said that
we watched that
Bruce Banner's such a good character, but since they never have a writer on for more than 2 years, it's because they need to change the Hulk every 2 years, because if you have a guy that's just all around mopey, I'm going to conflict myself all the time because I'm stuck, I can't feel emotions. But then you'll get another writer who made Doc Green. Doc Green was a very good character. He had the mind of Bruce Banner inside of the Hulk, so it's kind of merged them.
That is
which
really
was
cool.
A good idea.
All this Hulk stuff is so cool. I like it. I want to read it now.
I know, it's good, but that's what I'm saying. If you don't get a new Hulk writer every 2 or 5 years, people are going to get bored of it.
Dude, we've been recording
You'll need to reinvent the Hulk almost every 5 years at most.
Dude,
at least every 5 years, at most, I think 2 years.
Yeah, we've been recording for 13 minutes already. 13.
Oh, jeez. Okay, let's go to Doctor Strange.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Doctor Strange is written by Mark Waid and Jesse Sau. So this is obviously after Loki's the Sorcerer Supreme, I think at this point. Maybe not anymore. But by this picture, it looks like Doctor Strange is back. The Eye of Agamotto is closed.
Oh.
It's closed. That little... In the comics, it's not actually the Time Stone. It's actually something that... I think it allows all of magic to exist on Earth.
That's cool.
Or in the multiverse. Or
that's cool.
It opens everyone's eye to see all these creatures or something like that. I don't know. It changes with every different writer.
That's really cool because, like...
Stephen Strange has taken to the...
Sorry for interrupting, but, that's... Sorry for interrupting. I think that's really cool how, like, what's the name? In the movie, the Ancient was just like, open your eyes and you'll see or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But what... So the Eye of Agamotto is closed. That's like the source of almost all magic. That's like the most powerful thing in the universe. I wish it was the Time Stone. You okay, Isaac?
Yeah, I just yawned.
Okay. The Eye of Agamotto is closed, and he can't wait to recover while nightmares press against the seams of our reality. Tony Stark offers a 21st century solution as an astral travel fails, tries to astronautical trial into Doctor Strange's Space Explorer Supreme. Doctor Strange is going to space.
Oh.
That is good.
That's awesome.
That's not even... He's got new spells, new allies and enemies, new and old friends. Await Strange beyond the stars, along with the corner and his the secrets of the Marvel Universe, seen here for the first time, space is endless, but time is short. After years of threats, Steven's bill of magic use is coming due. Who will come to collect? Do you remember Mordo in Doctor Strange, the first one?
You mean Dormammu?
The only one that's out right now?
You mean Dormammu?
Yeah, the first one. No, not Dormammu, Mordo. The sidekick or partnerish thing.
Oh, him, yeah.
Yeah, he keeps saying the bill is due. When you temper with time and the natural order of things, it'll start changing, and
That's cool.
There has to be a cost for this. But in the comics, almost all magic has a cost. Every single magic.
That's
and
cool.
I think I was listening to the Marvel podcast at this point, or maybe it was just the Weekly Call. They were saying that Doctor Strange has got an ally that has to eat this certain thing, so it doesn't take a toll on his body, or his mind, or anything like. It doesn't take a toll on his mind or body, so he can keep using magic. But that's his cost. He can only eat this certain thing, which sucks. But he rather does that than actual. Doctor Strange. All magic has a cost, not just the natural order of things like gravity and time, but everything in this. So, like, when you try and fly, or when you try and what's the word?
Levitate.
You try and fly, or try and bring yourself a bowl of pasta. I don't know. That will have a cost. And someone's like, it's finally time. Steven has to pay the bill. It's really good. That's a good concept.
How much is it? $20 or $50?
No one knows yet, but it's on sale. Most of these are on sale.
I was talking about the bill. How much is the bill? That was a stupid joke. That was the stupidest joke in the world.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, it was.
Because it's just like the bill has to be...
Oh, we got Thor?
Yeah. You keep on interrupting me. I'm trying to talk. Why do you keep on interrupting?
I'm sorry, but we need to keep moving.
No, it's just because, like, you were like, and the bill has to be paid, and I'm just like, how much? Is it $20 or $50? But you thought I was talking about the comic.
I didn't.
But I was talking about how much the bill is.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, you know how in offices, how like if you swear, you have to put $1 in the swear jar. You know.
Offices. That's just anywhere that does it, like home.
Yeah, like sometimes in people's houses, like if kids swear, then like you put $1 in the swear jar. You know that. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know when you think about it. If you want to swear, you just have to pay $1, and then you can swear. It's just like, hey mom.
Mom,
shit.
don't keep the jar. Think.
Hey, hey guys. Shit.
Yeah. Can I move on?
Yeah, move on. Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude, but like, if you want to be a shorter podcast, and we got a lot to go through. Okay, Thor, the original one, Odin's son, is back. Jane Foster has died. That storyline's been going on forever. I think that storyline came out at the beginning of Legacy. That was like September. I know it's a monthly story.
That was before Legacy.
No, she's been dying, but this is the actual death of Thor. Like, she is going... But then there's an aftermath, which is pretty good. At least I'll have that. But since the books are monthly, this is another thing I have a problem with. Unless Fresh Start is actually going to change it, they need to do weekly or bi-weekly books. At least for the first month. No, not just for the first month. They do weekly books, I think, for the first 2 months. They do bi-weekly books for at least the first 6 months. At least.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's going to put a lot of pressure on the artist, But seriously, you need to change for the modern time. We can get on-demand entertainment right here and now. I binged. What did I binge this week? I binged The End of Dragons, Race to the Edge, because I've been watching that since I think it first came out. Yes. I'm just like, I need to finish this, or I'm gonna be annoyed. Everything Sucks, End of the Effing World, and now I'm just binging Jessica Jones season 2.
Everything Sucks, End of the Effing. That sounds depressing. All that stuff.
It's actually very good. The whole point of the show is to build it up. Then everything starts falling apart. Then they got to rebuild on top of that. But it leaves cliffhangers for the next season.
Yeah, but like,
which is pretty good.
Yeah, but like we have on-demand stuff like that, and with comics, like that could be. What? What did you say?
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. I was just about to say, like, the Superman books, the Batman books, they're weekly. So they're actually bi-weekly, but you'll have Batman, then you'll have Detective Comics, then you'll have Batman, then Detective Comics in 1 month. So you'll have a weekly Batman book. And the same for Superman. You'll have Superman Action Comics, Superman Action Comics. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the big books like Green Lanterns, Flash, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman, Superman. Is there any others? Cyborg. I don't think that series is going to continue actually because it appeals to too certain of an audience, which sucks.
Yeah, like I said before, like it's you need to sort of balance your demographic.
Yeah, those books are bi-weekly, so they're every 2 weeks. That's a good idea. And the big two, Superman and Batman, have a weekly book, since they've got 2 stories. They got Action and Superman, then you got Detective and Batman. So they'll have a weekly book. And unless Marvel does something like this, like, they don't need to do 2 books like Spider-Man. They already have 2 books for it. Yeah. But since it's monthly, you'll maybe get a bi-weekly book. But they're so different. The writers don't communicate and the artists don't communicate. It's really creativity over continuity. So unless they start changing stuff like that, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the books come out on the same day.
What?
The Spectacular Spider-Man book and The Amazing come out on the same day.
Wait,
that's pretty stupid.
It should be on it should be like, say, one of them comes out on Wednesday and the other one comes out on Saturday or whatever. So that like it's balanced, you know.
I know what you mean, but like at least 2 weeks apart. They should be 2 weeks apart. That means you'll have bi-weekly books.
Yeah, but
like Iron Man, I know Iron Man's got 3 books. Infamous Iron Man, which I think has ended. Iron Man, which is currently, and then you think you got another Iron Man, which I can't remember.
Yeah, well, like, what I'm saying is, like, say Amazing comes out in 1 week, and then Spectacular comes out the next week. Amazing, Spectacular, Amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, each week it sort of alternates. Instead of
like
the same time.
At least. Exactly. And plus, the Spectacular book right now is actually better than the one that's supposed to be the best, Amazing Spider-Man, but the writer's leaving that. And he's actually going to Iron Man, which is good. I think he's more of an Iron Man kind of person than a Spider-Man person.
Yeah.
I think he just didn't get the character well enough. Okay, we went really off topic. We probably need to get back to this.
Yeah.
So what's Odin's the next game? The Mallet. What?
Just list off the titles and then we can talk about what we need to talk about.
Okay, so we got Thor. He's getting back his hammer. I think he's going to be dealing with the loss of Jane Foster. Oh. We got writers Jason Aaron, so that's another Jason Aaron book, and penciled by Michael DeMona. I think this mess actually relates to the Black Bolt series, I think. You know, the Black Bolt series that everyone's gone over and just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I want to read, but I think it might relate to this. That book might relate to this. You got a mini-series, which I think shouldn't be a mini-series. This should actually be an ongoing. Marvel's got a bit of a problem, but at least they're trying to solve it with mini-series. You got Ant-Man and the Wasp. Actually, 2 books are coming out in the same week, or same month. Same month. You got the same writer as Captain America, Champions, Secret Warriors, and Star-Lord.
Oh, that's cool.
The same writer. Those are 3 of those books have been cancelled. Champions is still going, I know that. Maybe not Secret Warriors, I'm not sure if that's still going, but I think that might be cancelled. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think, should be an ongoing series, but what Marvel's doing is they're having mini-series relating to their movies. Well, not relating, but to tie into their movies. So, I just watched this movie. It was amazing. I want to pick up a comic book. Boom, you've got the comic book out and ready.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a bi-weekly good scenes.
Yeah, also with those mini-series things where it has like 5 issues or 6 issues, like, it can just fit into one volume. Like, you don't need to...
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually going to deal with, Pimtron. So Hank Pym and Ultron was merged.
That's cool.
Into Pimtron. And since, Hank Pym's got a different daughter in the comics called Nadia Pym, is teaming up with Scott Lang, who's already in space with the Guardians, if you didn't know that, to go track down Pimtron.
That's
then
cool.
They get lost in the particle-verse or the microverse or whatever, subatomic verse or whatever. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You got Iron Man. The writers are Dan Slott, who was the Amazing Spider-Man writer, who I said would be better on this, personally, and the pencil is done by Barrow Skitch.
What?
The cover's done by someone else, so it won't be the same art. The art's pretty good, but the Iron Man suit doesn't look that good. Iron Man has been written... the guy who's drawing it actually drew Guardians of the Galaxy. Not the new one, but the one, I think, written by Brian Michael Bendis.
Oh.
That's
cool.
good.
Hold on,
Captain America, Winter in America, that's the storyline that's going to be taking place.
Yeah.
Its writers are Ta-Nehisi Coates. That's the same writer as Black Panther. And pencil's done by Litan Yu. The art is actually pretty good. The cover is a bit extensive, but it's like a 2-page cover, so it goes over 2 pages. It's going to be really good. You can see the full cover if you click on it. Amazing Spider-Man. They got a new writer.
Listen.
This writer is actually brand new. His name is Nick Spencer, from what I know of. This is brand new. It doesn't say he's been written in anything else.
Is he a young guy or an old guy? Is he a young guy or an old guy? The writer.
He sounds like he's been around for a while, but I don't think I've heard of him before.
Oh. Okay.
I'm trying to find him. Nick Spencer. Oh, he helped write some stuff for Secret Empire. That was probably the good stuff. Invincible. I think that was a different comic. I'm just scanning through this really quickly, so it's not exactly accurate. You should check it out yourself.
True Believers Venom vs. Spider-Man? What's that?
The art's actually pretty good. Nick Spencer's the writer, and the pencilist and cover artist is Ryan Oatley.
Oh yeah. It's
actually really good art. I actually love it. I think the best part about comics it's obviously you can't have a comic without the story, then it'll just be art. But since these two need each other so much, art has to influence the comic a lot.
Yeah.
I think the most important part for a comic is the right style of art. Because if you have this goofy, funny style for a very serious topic like, actually a horror story, if you had something like Cut My Cartoony style, or I think it is the Spider-Man style,
Yeah.
It can get dark at some points. Like, that's why the art style is so good and flowing. But if you had something like this, with a horror story such as It or Cloverfield Paradox, it wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
So this is the most important part. And since this is such a vibrant, flowing art style, it fits the character.
Yeah.
And this is Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to pick the right writer or artist or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, artist, sorry. Because, yeah.
I think you need teams.
Yeah, you do
need teams.
Yeah.
A writer can really go anywhere as long as they know the character.
Yeah.
Like, the previous New 52, the Red Hood and Outlaws writer, the guy didn't understand him at all. With the new stuff, he understands them, probably because he went back and read some of the older stuff, or the Batman Scott Snyder stuff, and read how Jason Todd was interpreted. He went over that stuff and changed his style. The artist fits with this style, which is good. That's what you need in a comic. If you're just starting out, we'll do an episode on this later, but we're just giving you a little tip now. It's not a rebirth like DC Comics. It's not a reboot for the Spider-Man. It's not a rebirth. It's just going bigger and better, like Big Time Spider-Man. Big Time Spider-Man was probably Dan Slott's the fifth of his first books. Those first 5 were very good. So I think he needs this.
Yeah.
And the last one for our confirmed list is Life of Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's Homecoming. It is really written by Margot Sophie, which I think is the same writer, and penciled by Carol's Casino. Covers done by a different artist. I can't pronounce her last name. I think Captain Marvel might actually need this because she's been the leader of the Ultimates, leader of Alpha Flight. She's been in space. She had to deal with Secret Empire, Civil War II. She killed or almost killed Tony Stark. I think she needs to go back to Boston. I think that's where she's going back to Boston. Yeah, and she is in the Avengers.
Oh, of course, yeah, so, of course, yeah. Because that works really well.
Okay, so those are all the confirmed titles, and I'm just going to give a quick rundown, if you don't mind, Isaac, of all the non-confirmed titles. So these are titles that are saying that might happen.
Here we go.
You got Avengers.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I said here we go because I'm excited to hear what you think.
You got Black Panther.
Oh yes.
Venom. These are all confirmed titles we're just going over. Infinity Countdown 3 is going to be a part of the new Marvel Fresh Start. So you'll have the first 2 issues a monthly. So the Infinity Countdown is going to be monthly, which I'm saying again, a bad choice. But at least they're trying. This is going to be, it's still with the same guys, Jerry Dugan, who was the writer of All New Guardians, which he had a great sense for, and Aaron Keegan, and Mike DeBlau Jr., and Mike Hawthorne. Sorry, it's very hard to read all these names because they got very weird last names. These guys are all staying on the book, but the first 2 will still be in Marvel Legacy, and then the last 3 will be in the Marvel Fresh Start line.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Alright. So,
lots of Infinity Countdown. You'll have different variant arts if you're interested. Then you'll have a bunch of different books. It's called the Hunt for Wolverine books.
Oh, that's cool.
They'll be done by a bunch of different people. Yeah?
Yeah. It's always fun looking at the variant art at the end of a volume. I don't know why, I just really like that. It's my favorite part.
I love that too. Sometimes it gets a bit over the top, like the Suicide Squad one.
Oh yeah, that's a bit, yeah.
It's got a bunch of cover art at the back. It's got a lot, but some of it's a bit weird and random.
Yeah, but like, I love just getting to the end and being like, oh, this is my favorite part, and then reading it. I mean, looking at it, what is. But yeah. So yeah, we're almost. What?
What?
What? All right.
Can I continue?
Can you what?
Can I continue?
Yeah, sure. Continue.
I need to continue with the books. Yeah, sorry. We got Hunt for Wolverine Lost Weapons, which will have Daredevil and Misty Knight. The Adamantium Agency, which will have Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, Iron Man, and Luke Cage. You'll have The Claws of a Killer with Sabretooth and X-23. The girl with long nails, I can't remember her name, she's very unimportant.
Yeah.
Mystery in Metaphor with Psylocke, Storm, Judy, Domino, and Rogue.
Hey, could you
and then you have like
could you just move across a bit, because I can't really see you on the screen that well. There we go.
Sorry.
That's better. Yeah, like that.
You got Hunt for Wolverine, Where's Wally? And I think those are those are all the Hunt for Wolverine books that I just listed off.
Oh,
those cool. Are really. I think that's a bit too much. We know where Wolverine is. Loki knows where Wolverine is. Why doesn't Loki just, Wolverine's right here, but he's got the Space Stone, so he can just teleport anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man, Going Down Swinging. This is Dan Slott's final story arc, issue 800, which is going to be good. He wants to go out on a big bang. Apparently Mary Jane and Peter Parker got back together. But it's bringing in all the characters. You got Johnny Torch, Johnny Storm. You got all the characters. You got Harry Osborn, May Parker, Betty. You got J. Jonah Jameson, Mary Jane, Flash Thompson, Miles Morales. This is the big finale to Dan Slott's run. I know not many people like it, but I'm actually kind of sad to see him go. Like, he bring the stories I did like. He bring a new take to the character.
Oh. Yeah.
And I didn't like him a lot, but come on.
Yeah.
It's still sad to see him go. He had some good storylines, like Superior Spider-Man. I know that only lasted 30 issues, but that would have taken about...
Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, with Dr. Octopus and... Just look it up.
Hey, remember Suspiria Spider-Man? When we talked about that? Remember when we talked about Suspiria Spider-Man? When I meant to say Superior... Yeah. Okay, I'll put that as one of the end card videos so you can go check that out. It was just this old podcast from a while ago. We were just talking about, like, the craziest alternate versions of Spider-Man, and then I tried to say Superior Spider-Man, and I kept on saying Suspiria Spider-Man. So yeah, just go check that out. Okay, we also have the Despicable Deadpool. Issue 300 is going to be a big one. Every bad decision, every betrayal, every bad fart joke has come back to haunt Deadpool. If you don't know what's been happening with Deadpool so far, Deadpool over the last 5 years has been building up and building up, and then in 2017 they took everything away from him. Oh. He was an Avenger. He was a father. He had just made some few bad decisions, but he was trying to fix them. He was a proper hero. S.H.I.E.L.D. and everyone trusted him. But since he got trusted himself, Captain America from Secret Empire, this is the Hydra version of Captain America. Oh, that's cool.
Everyone hated him now. He's back to being a mercenary. And he's on this big fall, and he got hired by Evil Cable. Cable had a clone of himself. Evil Cable, I don't remember his actual name, so I'm just going to call him Evil Cable. And he's told Deadpool, if you want to save your daughter, you will have to kill 5 people. One of the storylines was kill Cable. Again, I don't think he managed to do it. But then it's on to Bucket List, where I think he has to kill Rogue. Who else? From what I know of, I think he might have to kill Preston's back. I think he might have to kill a few other really important characters, but Rogue, I know he has to kill. Cable, I know he has to kill. I think Gambit. So yeah. But then Invincible Iron Man's coming back at 6. Brian Michael Bendis' End is 600, issue 600. They're going for the double digits ending, which kind of sucks, honestly, because Brian Michael Bendis did some good stories. He did like probably 5 out of the 20 he did, but they were still pretty good. Deadpool, the 5-issue miniseries. So Deadpool's probably having an arc soon because there's a lot of Deadpool variant art in this. Oh, yeah. Captain America, Promised Land from the previous writers is coming to an end as well, which sucks because that was a very good run. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is having a mini-series. Incredible Hulk, cool. World War II Hulk continues. If you didn't know, Hulk had the previous Hulk, Bruce Banner, a long time ago. This is some of the best story arc they ever had for him. Planet Hulk, where he was shipped off to another planet. It was kind of like Sakaar. It actually was Sakaar, but a very different Sakaar.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. And he fell in love there. He took over the planet. He was the king. He fell in love, had a baby. Then the ship was detonated by the people who sent him there. Those were the Illuminati, the smartest people in the Marvel Universe. So you had Charles Xavier, Black Panther, Namor, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic. Those 7. Beast sent him into space to that planet. They blew up his ship, destroyed the planet. He came back with the remaining survivors, so it was his friends that survived, to come back and destroy the planet because they had sent him off, and it was a very horrific way. Okay. Then you've got World War Hulk 2. So Planet Hulk, Amadeus Cho was actually gone to Sakaar, which has secretly survived.
That's cool.
Which I don't know how. Okay. World War Hulk has Amadeus Cho coming back.
Going to Sakaar.
Pardon?
That's such a cool storyline, taking Amadeus Cho to Sakaar.
I know, it is a very cool one. But then we got a Monster's End. I'll just read this quickly because this actually seems very interesting. The curse of the Hulk is turned into a horror. Now Amadeus Cho enters his final showdown with the monster within. But what perhaps if the monster turns out to be Amadeus himself? A hero faces his greatest demon with the lives of everyone he loves in the balance. Massive respect for Amadeus Cho, and this is going to be $3.99.
Okay, $3.99.
I just checked the price. Okay.
$3.99.
We got a few more. I'm trying to be quick. We got Quicksilver No Surrender from the Avengers No Surrender series. You got Champions is still going. Champions, love Champions.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see how they sort of put it into the fresh start. I mean, I'm not excited. I'm just curious. Let me make that clear. I'm not excited for it. I'm curious to see how they do it.
Yeah. They actually have some. We got The Last Goodbye for the Mighty Thor. Jane Foster was Thor for the last 5 years, if you haven't noticed. And that was probably this is the best run, but she's finally dying of her cancer because every time she picks up the hammer, it wipes away the chemo. All the chemotherapy she goes through wipes it away. So Thor has died. Odin's son is back as Thor, and he's saying his final goodbyes to the love of his life.
That's sad.
Which is a pretty good story, and I might actually pick it up. Pardon? Yeah, I know it's so sad, but the Mighty Thor run has been the best run, and I think they're keeping on the same writer. You got Venomized, which is the conclusion. It's a mini-series that has been going on. Then you'll have, these are all the Spider-Man books that are here right now. Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider. Amazing Fantasy continues with Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, which was the other book we were talking about. You got Spider-Man Miles Morales. I think this is his finale. Spider-Gwen might be having her finale as well. Spider-Man and Deadpool has got their book, and those are the Spider-Man books that are coming out. Then you got Punisher, who is still in the War Machine suit. You got Moon Knight, he's got his book back. The Fate of the Four, revealed at last. It's not a miniseries, it's the 2-in-1 where they're taking the Human Torch and the Thing and put them in their own book since they've had nothing to do. They got Daredevil. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go as quickly as I can. They got Runaways, Falcon, Old Man Hawkeye, like Old Man Logan.
I like
Miss Marvel, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, Doctor Strange. We already said that. Moon Girl, Devil. So Lockjaw's got his own miniseries. It's a 4-part miniseries. Rise of the Black Panther Part 5, which is 5 out of 6. It's another miniseries. You got X-Men Red, which is another one. There's about 4 or 5 X-Men teams. You got Cable, which is an ongoing series. Then you got Domino. No one asked for a Domino book.
But they're doing it anyway.
Yeah, they're doing it. It's a mini-series, at least. From what I've heard of, it's a mini-series. At least they're doing mini-series. Like, if they had all these books coming out, it'd get just too crowded. They would at least have 80 books. But at least they're having mini-series.
Yeah, but, like, imagine, like, when the mini-series are over, like, imagine, like, what that's gonna make way for. Like, I'm curious. I want to see what that is. Once again, not excited, curious.
I think the miniseries are tester comics. They're like, oh, we want to test this out, so we're gonna make it a miniseries, and if it sells well, we're gonna make it into a full series. I think that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
You got New Mutants, Exiles. You got True Believer, X-Men Gold, Kitty Pryde and Colossus, I think, are finally getting married. Old Man Logan, Rogue and Gambit's miniseries is finishing, which I'm actually really sad because it's apparently very good. Legion miniseries is ending. All New Wolverine is continuing. X-Men Blue, Astonishing X-Men is still continuing. Sabretooth. Weapon X, Weapon H.
Sorry for the yawn.
You got Marvel's Kids line, and then you got all the Star Wars books, and that's it.
Yeah. All right. So, we're almost 50 minutes in.
We're just gonna give you our thoughts on this. Too much.
So
that's my thoughts.
Yeah, like something that Marvel's done is just too much. I mean, I know they're sort of trying to broaden out their audience by making loads of different books, but like there's a certain point where you're sort of just overworking yourself and you're not like and it just ends up not being that good. I think that's like a problem that Marvel's had for quite a while actually. Or not quite a while, like over the past few years.
Yeah. I've been hearing from lots of places, and I think this is completely true. Marvel's going for quantity over quality.
Yeah.
And what we've been taught is you have to do quality over quantity. So that means quantity means the amount. DC has not as many books. They have about 30 books, but they're almost outselling Marvel. Very close. Marvel's still on top, but that's because of the quantity of books. They're going for more. The more books they have, the more they'll sell. And that's how they're surviving. But I think if they reduce the books, or if they didn't even reduce the books, they at least make them good. All their books were good, which I know is very hard to do with all of this, but I have said before, I think you need a plan. You need a plan to solve all this, and I know I've talked a lot through this, and I haven't let Isaac talk a lot, and I'm very sorry about that, Isaac.
No, it's fine, I'll just tell the funny story at the end.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Alright.
My voice is about to die.
Alright, so,
I'm still going.
Alright.
Sorry. You need a big binder. I think Tiffany said this from the weekly pool. She's from Comic Pop. Go check out Comic Pop as well. That's a very
check
good
out
channel.
The Weekly Pool. They do a really good podcast. It's really nice to listen to.
I think they got nominated for the Best Podcast of the Year award in 2017. Or they won it, I don't remember. What they need to do is they need to get a big binder, write down their plan for the next 5 to 3 years. That's what they're gonna do. After that, they write another plan, and they'll have slots for that story arc or that writer. If I want to do this story, they're like, check the binder. If we've got that spare slot, yeah, sure. But if not, don't do it.
Yeah.
Save it for another day.
Yeah, that should be a thing that they do. They should have that sort of system or something like that. I think that would really improve Marvel in the state that they are. But anyway, that was that stuff. So if you're new here, if you haven't really been keeping up, if you're new, if you don't know how things work around here, what we do at the end of each podcast is one of us tells a funny story. Because why not? It's a nice way to end it off. We tell some kind of story that's happened to us in the past. So kind of like a little story time segment of the video. So and what we did was like before we recorded this, we recorded another episode. It wasn't really that good. We did it with Darcy, if you remember him from episode 19 where we reviewed Black Panther. We did that with him, and then he accidentally cut out halfway through, and the video was edited really badly, and we just decided to redo it because that one wasn't really that good. But basically, I told the funny story in that one, so I might as well retell it. So basically, what happened is like back when I was in like first grade, year 1, whatever you call it, wherever you live. Basically, I went to this school. It was like this pretty small school, and like sometime during the week we had like this cooking class with this other teacher that came there from another school, I think, and
I know where this is going.
Yeah, because you listened to the story last time. But yeah, we had that teacher that used to teach us cooking because I don't know why. And then she also used to like tell us stories while we're eating our lunch. I don't know why, but they were really entertaining stories, and like we really liked them. But basically we were making this like this one day we were making this bread, and it had like this stuff in it. It had like some olives, like some herbs, like all this stuff inside of the bread. At the start, what we do is we just watch her cook it, and she like tell us how to cook it while like showing us all that stuff. And then like at one point, I think we had like this thing. It was like rosemary or lavender or whatever it's called. I think it's called rosemary. You know, that herb thing that you put in like bread and stuff. Yeah, like we had that. And then this girl in my class is just like, oh, can I try some of that? And then she's just like, sure, yeah, try it. So then, so at the time, by the way, I should give a bit of backstory. At the time, I was, I really liked eating salt. I don't know why. I was really weird. I know, like, I was so weird. I know. But then we had to put this salt in the bread as well. So, like, there was, like, everything laid out on the bench. And, like, some of that salt was there. So I was just like, oh, she got to try some of the herbs. And I'm just like, oh, can I try some of that salt? And then the teacher's just like, no, you don't want to try that salt. It's, like, super strong. You don't want to try it. But, like, I didn't want to listen. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed. But after that, we went to where we were cooking stuff, and like we had like all the stuff laid out on the bench, and then we had like the olives and this stuff and that and the flour and not really flour. We already had like the dough of the bread and stuff. But like the teacher was just walking around, just helping people and stuff. And then like keep in mind like they accidentally got like too much of the salt, so like we all had loads of it, and we had like this bowl that was like that big. It was like that big, full of salt. And So, yeah, I really wanted to try the salt, so I waited until the teacher was, like, not looking, and then I got my little hand, and then I grabbed a handful of the salt and just ate it. Like a massive, a massive handful of salt. Really, I don't know what type of salt it was, but, like, I ate it, and it was disgusting. Like, you know that feeling, like, when you're...
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, but you know that feeling, like, when you go swimming in the ocean and, like, you accidentally swallow some water? You know? When you go to the beach and then, like, you know that? That's what it tasted like.
Yeah.
So, only a bit worse. And, you can't really handle stuff like that when you're, like, 6 years old? So, yeah. I ran to the bathroom, not sure if I threw up or not. I don't know. But, yeah. That was a stupid thing, and I should have listened to the teacher. So yeah, that's that story. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching this episode of the podcast. I'm gonna upload podcast highlights of this, because I upload podcast highlights for every episode that we film. So yeah, look out for that. Is there anything you want to say before we end this off, Pat? Your face looks so weird.
Peace out, because I gotta go. My tablet's about to die of battery. So
Alright. Let's finish this off. Oh, it's almost an hour long. It's 57 minutes. Alright. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. We need it. See you later.
See you next.